Hello friends, today we are observing insects. Today we have new experiment with insects. Experiment with beetle. And the name of this beetle is Asian lady beetle or Asian ladybug. These are Asian ladybugs. They came originally from China and spread all around the world. And you can see them here because they are sitting on skin of apple and feeding on the juice. And you can recognize that they are different from common ladybug in Europe, because the common ladybug has 7 spots, but this one has a different coloration, completely different. Some can be very dark, black, and some just yellow with many spots. A number of spots are different. This is not number of years of this ladybug. Usually ladybug lives just 1 or 2 years and produce just several generations during the year. Usually 2 generations per year, but sometimes this ladybug produces up to 4 and 5 generations. What is about number of spots? Spots can be 2, for example, black color or 12 black color, or many different with different pictures, or red and orange coloration with black spots. These ladybugs can fly very easily, that's why they are distributed all around the world with different plant resources, and also they were used for biological control because they're active predators. They're used for biological control because adults and larvae were feeding on aphids and scale insects, also on thrips, on mites, on eggs of butterflies, moths, on some soft insects they can eat, or sometimes they are cannibalistic. They can eat the same species or also the eggs and larvae of other species. That's why they are suppressing native species in certain areas, because this is invasive species in Europe, which were widely spread because of artificial usage for biological control of sucking insects. You see how adults flying very well. These females were laying eggs in bunches, in clusters, about 20-30 eggs during the lifespan. Larvae hatching from eggs after 4 days and developing during approximately 10 or 14 days, depending from temperature, and then pupates, and from pupa after 3-4 days will be hatching the adult. As I said, usually there are 2 generations per year, but sometimes up to 4 and 5 generations. These adults were overwintering in adult stage. That's why sometimes in late autumn, these adults, these beetles, were trying to hide somewhere under the bark of trees, or sometimes by invading even houses, and they can be irritating humans, and human beings sometimes don't like them. Usually they are predators and useful against agricultural pests, but in some cases when food sources are scarce, these beetles start to eat some fruits like grapes and other similar fruits, and can make some damage on fruits, and also can come, for example, to the wine process and change the taste of wine. So that's why we have dangerous impact on wine production. And also we are reducing the number of native species of ladybugs in certain areas. As I said, they are feeding easily on small insects, but you can feed them easily, for instance, on some drops of water with sugar, or even on honey. These ladybugs can be easily collected in early spring on ground somewhere between leaves or on flowers, because they're easily crawling on plants, on trees. They are hiding somewhere under the bark, and also they're easily can be collected even in autumn. Adults can live from 30 days, 1 month, up to 3 months, 90 days, but sometimes even longer, depending from temperature and conditions. You can easily feed them in cage at home and observe for their behavior. You can feed them with some fruits, with apples, with pears, with grape, and observe their activity when they are crawling around, flying around, moving around, and you can easily feed them with small colonies of aphids. When they are feeding, they are becoming ruthless, they're not moving and staying like here on this skin of apple. And you can also observe the variation of coloration of this insect, from yellow till the dark orange, with many spots, just few spots. Some can be even a little bit different in size. And also you can recognize that some native species, native European species like two-spots ladybugs, much smaller than this species, which is a little bit bigger than even 7-spots ladybug. Sometimes this species can make some damages to agricultural crops. That's why you must be careful about invasion of these species to your agricultural area. But observation at home can be easily done, and you can receive great pleasure observing this insect under the home conditions, and make a special notes about it, about their behavior. Thank you for watching. Press like, write your comments, ask your questions, write under this video. Have you seen these ladybugs? Have you observed them? Did you collect them? Did you find them on bark of trees? Where did you collect them? Where are you living, in village, in city? Did you see them somewhere near your house? How they come to the house in late autumn? It will be a great pleasure to communicate with you, and your comments will be very useful for discussion. And please welcome to my Patreon page to become patron and make donations. Good luck and see you soon on my channel.